Out for southern Worcester County, southern Middlesex, over to Norfolk County. The storm we were looking at that time right now is approaching Holliston, Medway, Milford area itself, and moving off to the east. It appears right now the worst of it should be passing to the south of Boston itself. We're having a redevelopment along that same line back towards Leicester and the Auburn area. So that's another cell that we're watching very closely, and we're having another storm now blow up out in western Massachusetts. Right now it's on the West Springfield Holyoke border, again moving to the east, and that storm is strengthening, and that's very near where the storm that caused the tornado in Springfield passed through a couple hours ago.
Well, Alan, is it a good sign that it has been quite some time since an actual tornado has been on the ground there in western Massachusetts?
It has. I don't have the exact date because even though we knew this was going to happen, we haven't had a chance to actually look it up.
Oh, no,
for some reason, I think it's like 2008, but I'm not positive.
From early this evening, since there is no tornado actually on the ground now, and it's been some time since one has been confirmed, is that a good sign that these storms possibly may be letting up?
The best thing I've got for the eastern storms is they're starting to encounter some cooler air that was over Plymouth and Bristol County. But the potential for at least severe thunderstorms and possible tornadoes to watch goes until 8 o'clock tonight. And I'm not really seeing, as they move further east, getting closer to the Route 128 circle, they're weakening a little bit. However, back west of 495 and over towards Worcester and points west, we're starting to show redevelopment. So we've still got for central and western Mass, we still got another couple hours to go through.
Alan, we've been showing some pretty significant damage in Springfield, and we're looking at some debris from the storm earlier. But going back to what you said just about a minute ago, is there now another cell, or there sounds like this new concern? You talked about a storm that's blowing
there's a new cell that's good. There's a brand new cell that's been forming up over the last half hour, 45 minutes, out in the West Springfield, Holyoke area. We actually started picking it up on radar west of Westfield, and as that storm moves east, it has been intensifying. So it's a storm we're watching very closely. We currently have we did just issue a tornado warning on that storm. I'm just looking at our overlay. I'm not on the radar itself right now, but that storm's still packing a punch, and the potential's still there. Unfortunately, at least for another 1 to 2 hours.
So it just shows you, even though the storm has passed through one given area, you can't really let your guard down once it's done. It may eventually, or it could even, gain more strength and start up again.
Definitely. But once you have a storm that passes by you, that's it for that storm. However, that doesn't preclude that there may be another storm forming, which is exactly what's happening out in western Massachusetts right now. We had the one go through Springfield earlier, and now we have a new storm that's formed during the last hour and is increasing in strength.
And in fact, Alan, our meteorologist said they just saw something in Springfield, Chicopee area. We have Jeremy Reiner here who'd like to sort of join in the conversation and ask you a question or two here.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I just in the Granby area, you're about 5 minutes away from thunder and lightning, Belchertown, 15 minutes. Let's get a look at what's happened.
Talked about that. Okay. We did go ahead and hold on a sec. Yeah, the tornado watch was extended into southeastern Massachusetts. Before it was pretty much left off at Worcester and Norfolk. It did get extended down into Plymouth and Bristol counties.
Okay.
But as far as extending the watch time frame, they wouldn't be, wouldn't be looking at that after we get past the 7 o'clock hour to see how things are developing, or if they're starting to calm down a little bit.
And one more thing, what is so unusual about the event this afternoon versus sometimes, we usually see 1 or 2 instances every summer of a tornado somewhere in Massachusetts, but this is a little bit unusual. I wonder if you could explain why these are long-lived tornadoes this afternoon.
Well, I'm not really sure it is the exact same tornado. I'm pretty sure it's the same storm complex that started out. We first had our first report in Westfield, and it's been marching right across Westfield, Springfield. There was a gap in there where it may or may not have touched down some of the higher terrain around to the west of Sturbridge, but then we did get the next report of tornado in Sturbridge, and that's the same storm cluster. That's been holding together, and usually at this time of year you don't see them hold on quite that long. But the thing is, you had the wind outside of Cape Cod and southeastern Plymouth and Bristol County where the wind was off the water, so you had that cooler air settle in there. Out the west, after we had all the storms that went through this morning, we've had that west-southwest flow of air, so there's been nothing to really to stabilize the atmosphere. It's remained unstable, so it's allowed the storms, once they form up, to really march across the state.
Okay, Alan, I appreciate your time, and we'll let you get back to what you need to do. Back to Timothy.
Yeah, we have some more information, but real quick, Jeremy or Pete. So Chicopee right now looks like, I'm seeing like winds over 100 miles an hour. I'm hoping it's ready.
Pete, go ahead. You had the...
That's it. Yep. I'm just playing with the velocity scan again, and the shear index is close to what is that? 60 and 25 is almost 90. You know, we're close to 90 miles an hour, and we've been using 70 as the golden rule. You know, roughly. I mean, we're not saying that that's confirmed, but 70 thereabouts. We've been seeing tornadoes that have been touching down with a shear value of about 70, and this was close to 90. And here you are in Chicopee right now, and this is pretty close to Chicopee. So this is the radar out of Albany, and that's important.
East-northeast toward Quabbin again?
This is on a eastbound path. This is the tornado warning that Alan was just talking about that he just issued, or they just issued on the Weather Service, Western Mass.
Thank you for clarifying that. You know, as we watch this in a new cell from the National Weather Service happening in West Springfield and Holyoke area, kind of a 1-2 punch for the area that's already been hit.
Amazing.
We want to find out more information here. Matt Lorch is gathering more details, and he brings it to us now, Matt.
Francis, it sounds like what has happened in Monson is just scary. Police are saying a couple of homes there on the town's main street have been completely demolished, wiped out. So they are now checking on those people there. Once again, we don't have any reports of serious injuries. In Springfield, we're working to get more information there, but at least 2 homes, it was reported as a couple of homes in Monson completely destroyed. Police in Brimfield are now going door to door in that town, checking on people after the twister moved through there. And also what we heard from the National Weather Service, that on I-84 in Sturbridge, that some cars were flipped there on the interstate. So state police now responding to that scene. Let's show you some new video of a clearly defined funnel cloud. And this image coming to us from Agawam, and you can see that funnel right there. At the time, they were calling it a funnel cloud. Reports since then say a tornado. Same thing. Passed through. The only thing is tornado touches the ground. Passed through Agawam, then set its sights on Springfield after crossing the Connecticut River to get there. So let's take you to Springfield. This is a different image that you're looking at right here. This is the east side of Springfield, a city of 150,000 people. Another picture, clearly defined funnel right there. This is Allen and Cooley Streets, strip mall in the foreground, and you can see that funnel cloud in the background. Of course, Monson really hit hard, and that's what you're looking at here. This image is of Adams grocery store, and there appears to be significant damage there. The storm has already passed through. People were able to venture out, and you can see people gathering there. There was also a church hit there in Monson. Its steeple was ripped right off the church, and look at that debris pile in the foreground. It appears that the steeple was ripped off, came toppling down right in front of the church. We're working to get more images. As soon as we do, we'll pass them on to you guys.
All right, and this is, we're getting a new tornado warning in for southwest Worcester County. We had an area in central western Worcester County with that tornado warning. We saw some damage. So again, Worcester County really getting hit hard with these storms, with that new tornado warning in effect.
Look at some of this damage, and we want to clarify this is Munson, Massachusetts. You see the church damage there. We've seen some incredible damage in Springfield. Ryan Schulteis is there now to bring us the scene, sort of set the scene for us. What's going on there in Worcester, Brian?
Hey, we're here in Springfield.